So first of all, I'd like to apologize for not doing a recap for Game 3. I wasn't available to watch most of it, but there's only so many entertaining ways that you can say that everything sucked. Moving on, though. It's a 2-1 series. Game 4, we're still at home. We're still in Boston. So, need a big game in order to take this series tied into Tampa. Can they do that? Bruins Recap Show. So we start things off in the first period. 2U's, 2K's, Tuukka Rask, Andrei Vasilevskiy. You know the drill. Tuukka Rask, new pads, all that fun stuff. This is not going to be a fun video. So if you're here for jokes and sarcasm and yay, you're not going to get that. There is a lot of vitriol and venom right now that shall be spewed. And we'll get to the venom later, don't you worry. Some line changes from Bruce Cassidy. Brucey shining. He brings in the rookie Ryan Donato. He brings in Timmy Schaller, who I believe was injured for the better part of this series. And he brings in Giunta. He sits Riley Nash. He sat the wrong Nash. Sat Wingles and he sat Danton Heinen. So he basically sat an entire line and replaced it with a different line. See if that works. Personally, I think you sat the wrong Nash. Rick Nash has been abysmal outside of Game 1 in this series. So we start things off first period. Braden Point. Tell me if you've heard this one before. Turnover by Rick Nash. And Point skates it around Chara, gets his own rebound, kicks it from the skate to a stick, and beats Tuukka Rask. Makes it a 1-0 hockey game. And then a little bit later on, it's a power play for Tampa Bay. Delay a game call from Chara. It was originally a 5-on-3. As, I forget what the original penalty was. Oh, actually, no, I do remember, sorry. A Rick Nash tripping call, followed by a Zdeno Chara delay a game. 5-on-3 for a little bit. Bruins kill that off. It's a 5-on-4, but they can't kill this one off. Pass to Nikita Kucherov. He blows it by Tuukka Rask. Makes it a 2-0 hockey game on the power play, but Boston will get a power play of their own as Steven Stamkos with a high elbow, so directly to the head. I forget which player it was. That should be a call from NHL player safeties, but it's Steven Stamkos, you know. That's probably not going to happen. So, I mean, I would prescribe the Nazem Kadri suspension, because that was basically the same play. But it's a power play goal from David Pastrnak as Torrey Krug takes the shot from the point. It rebounds off of Vasilevskiy. Pop-up rebound way up there. Tracked from David Pastrnak, and he hammers it into the open net pretty much as soon as it hits the ice. Great play from David Pastrnak. David Pastrnak, in this particular game, the best player that Boston had, bar none, throughout the entirety of the game. So Boston will go into the room trailing a goal, down 2-1. A little bit better than Game 3's first period. So we go to the second period, and David Pastrnak will draw a penalty against Tyler Johnson. Just a great individual effort here as he forces Johnson to try to do the can opener move, put his stick right between the legs of Pastrnak as he keeps the feet moving, and eventually that's a tripping call. Boston will go on the power play. It's Torrey Krug again bringing the puck into the zone. Give and go with Patrice Bergeron. Gives it back to Bergeron. Bergeron beating Vasilevskiy to the glove side on the power play. 2-2 Boston. We go to the third, and it is a weak-ass penalty call on a Chari for a hook. I didn't see it. I didn't see a hook. I didn't see a stick. I didn't see a hold. I didn't see nothing. Literally nothing. One of the worst penalty calls I've ever seen. But the hockey gods work in mysterious ways, as it's a shot block. Puck finds his way to Brad Marchand, and he is, boom, off to the races. Brad Marchand and Patrice Bergeron off on a 2-on-1. Bergeron opens up, gets the stick out. Marchand, no hesitation, takes the shot, tip in. Patrice Bergeron gets his second of the game. Short-handed goal. Special teams working for Boston. 3-2. And here's where the shit hits the fan. Because Kevin Pollock and Brad Watson shit the bed all over on this play. Charlie McAvoy taking the puck behind the net. He gets bear hugged from Nikita Kucherov and wrestled down to the ice, which causes a turnover. Eventually the puck finds its way to Steven Stamkos. Where's the call? Call something. I mean, do I need to take my contacts out for you? Bullshit. Anyway, Steven Stamkos hammers it past Tuukka Rask. 3-3, forcing the game to go to overtime. Overtime! 3 minutes into the overtime period, it's a keep-in from McDonough. I think people were saying that the original entry on this was offsides. I didn't see it, so I missed that. But a keep-in by McDonough finds Alexander Killorn, and Killorn will throw it to the front of the net. Dan Girardi is there. He tips it in. Don't know what Brian Giunta was doing on this play. He was there, but not really covering Girardi at all. And that's the game. 4-3 win for Tampa. Tampa will take a 3-1 lead as they will go back to Tampa for game number 5. And again, bad calls lead to a Bruins loss. This is the same thing as game 2 where Marchand got his hand taken off. This time, it's Charlie McAvoy getting a bear hug, not called. Game on the line, and I have no faith that the NHL officials are going to make the right call. And it's a sad indoctrination and a sad statement to make in a game that I love. And it's getting to the point where the officiating is so bad that I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't blame any one of the Boston Bruins players from bringing on some frontier justice on either the Tampa Bay Lightning or the officials themselves. In fact, I would do what I used to do in my playing days. I'd give you a 1 bad call limit. On the second one, here comes a puck flinging towards your head. That's all I got. Bruins Recap Show, game number 5, hoping for better officiating, hoping from a equal performance in the second to what the Bruins gave you in the second and third period. Sucks that this was all for naught. Thank you, NHL.